Good morning. It is Monday morning, the start of week 2 of marathon training, and cold, dark mornings are very much in full flow here. This is basically what training looks like throughout winter. I have to wake up pretty early to go and get my runs in the morning. So yeah, they're cold, they're dark. It's not the most fun, but there we go. This morning we're just doing an easy 10K, just a nice recovery sort of pace. Legs feeling a little bit cooked after yesterday, so yeah, just keeping it proper easy, which is really nice. My ears though are gonna fall off. Good morning, it is Tuesday, and that means one thing and one thing only: interval session. It might be even colder than it was yesterday, but wow, brutal out here. I was a bit worried I might have to do today's session on a treadmill because it is below freezing, but it's actually all right. The paths aren't too icy, although I am going on a different route than I normally would for intervals, where I'm going on the canal rather than the park. To be honest, if it was too slippy, I'd have probably still gone outside anyway, because there is literally no amount of money you could pay me to go and run on a treadmill. I hate it so much. But yeah, today 10 by 800, about 200 meter recovery. I still haven't sorted my watch out so that I can see the lap time when I have the lap screen on. I said last week it was a problem. Annoying by me, oh well. So first two done. Rep 1, 3:15, 3 minutes 15, not per kilometre. And the second one was 3 minutes and 7. So yeah, keeping it nice and controlled. So that's 3 and 4 done, 3:14, 3:07. So that's 5, 6 and 7 done. 3:12, 3:06 and 3:06. So getting faster, 3 more left. See whether we can keep the pace around that 3:06 mark. So that's 8, 9 and 10 done. They were my fastest reps of the lot. 3:07, 3:06 and a nice speedy 3 minutes flat to round it off. That is like the perfect way to structure an interval session. The slowest rep being the first, the fastest being the last. I will say it's not often that I actually do that. Most of the time I pace it like a dick and blow up at the end. Good morning, it is Wednesday and I'm currently about 6K into my 10K recovery run. And the reason I'm not filmed up to this point is because I missed the memo that they were turning Leeds City Centre into an ice skating rink. It is a joke this morning. There is just massive, well, it's just ice everywhere, all over the paths. Yeah, really slippy. I think it must have rained or something overnight, and then the wet has just been frozen by the temperatures, because it's not actually as cold as it was yesterday, but yeah, definitely icier. But glad I was able to get my interval session in yesterday, because if I tried to do it this morning, it just wouldn't have happened, and I'd have had to go to my old friend, the Dread Mill. I've had to transition over to the grass here because I tried to take a video of it. Hopefully the video does it justice. That path is a joke. I'm about to go on the kind of mini rant you'd expect to hear from a bored 50-year-old man, but I've got to say it. Leeds is like one of the biggest cities in the UK, right? And loads of people live in the city centre, myself included, where council tax rates are pretty high. Like, especially in the city centre, really high. And despite that, I've not seen a single path gritted on this run. Like, I've been going around the whole city centre basically, and every single path has just been left as a slip hazard. So Leeds City Council are an enemy of mission SUB-3. It's sad when the city you've lived in for 6 years conspires against you like this, but what can you do? If I can see one positive thing about this though, it has meant that I've been much slower. This was meant to be a recovery run, easy, and ice skating has helped. Good morning, it is Thursday, good day, and today I'm on the same busy road as I was on a Sunday, so apologies if you can't hear me, but maybe it's for the best. Today, doing a nice 11K effort, and yeah, quite enjoying it. It's still very cold, still below freezing, but the paths definitely aren't as slippy as what they were yesterday, which is good. Well, there's still a few big spots of ice in places, so I've got to be careful. I thought I'd talk about one of the main changes that I've made in this training block, which is distinguishing between easy runs and recovery runs, treating them as two different things. For the runs that I'm calling easy, it's just standard easy pace for me. Well, again, easy isn't a pace, it's an effort level, but yeah, looking at being around the sort of mid 140s to no higher than like 155 heart rate. That's what I'm using to distinguish between the two. And then we've got the recovery runs. So for these, I'm trying to keep my heart rate no higher than, well, I'm slipping over it. Trying to keep my heart rate no higher than like 140 basically. Now I'll be doing 2 recovery runs every week. So they're going to be on the Monday after my Sunday long run and on the Wednesday after my Tuesday interval session. So the aim really is just to try and give my body enough time to recover, and you know, the easier you run, the less strain you're putting on yourself. And in this block, I'm going to try and hit mileage and hit distance in a week that I've never hit before, but that's going to be difficult to do if I don't sort of rein the intensity in a little bit on some of the runs where I can afford to. So then ultimately, for the harder, high intensity efforts, the idea is that I'll be fresher, less tired, less likely to get injured. People who still have Christmas decorations up at this time of year, like, what are you doing? I love Christmas as much as the next man, but when it's over, it's over. Come on. It's the 8th of January. Christmas was 2 weeks ago today. I'm convinced that I'm going to get hit by a car one day. And the reason being is because whenever I come up to a crossing and there's a car coming, no matter how close the car is, I'm always like, I can make it. I've had a few near misses. I almost got hit by a bus last year. That wouldn't have been very good, but even despite that happening, I just continue to do it. I don't really know why. The thing is, like, if I actually do get hit by a car, I'll be way more careful in future. Like, it only needs to happen once for me to change my behaviour. So if anyone wants to come and like hit me with a car, but gently, that'd be really appreciated.
Good morning. It is Friday. I know what you're thinking. Why are you on the floor? Well, that's because I'm doing a core workout this morning. It was one of the things that I neglected in my last training block, and I really want to do it. So I made sure that every Friday morning, which is going to be normally my rest day, I get a core workout in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just about 30 seconds into a 1 minute plank. They're not very fun, are they? Lack of core fitness. People might be saying, 30 seconds, is that it? Yeah, whatever. It's hard, all right?
Good morning, and it is a good morning. What a beautiful Saturday it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is bitterly cold out here, but not a cloud in the sky. Just seen a cloud over there, actually. I think I said the same last week, but Saturday morning, best time of the week, man. Especially when it's like this, like beautiful weather, absolutely gorgeous. It's impossible to not feel good when you get out and you have a run in this. Like, you feel freezing, but you feel good. I've got quite the busy Saturday ahead of me. So 14k easy is what I'm currently doing. Then I'm off to the gym to do my strength training. And then I'm giving blood. Now, before giving blood, they say you should rest, eat lots and drink lots. They don't say you should run 14k and go to the gym. So, will this go badly? There's only one way to find out. This is the first clip I've done all week that's been in daylight. And I have to say, 4 days of running in the dark were worth it, because this morning is stunning, man. Beautiful sunrise, absolutely class. If this is January, I'll take it. For me, January is dark, rainy, horrible. But this January, I like this January, this can stay. That was a Christmas tree offender there. It's the 10th of January, man. $14k done. Time for the gym.
So that is Saturday morning, done and dusted. 14k easy run out of the way. That was very, very enjoyable, actually, for the most part. Sunny, beautiful weather, and felt pretty good, so can't complain. And then I went to the gym, smashed out a mobility session. As always, that 2 out of 2 for the gym this week. If you follow me on my social media, Instagram and stuff, you'll know that I'm setting up myself to, well, making myself accountable for going to the gym twice a week and doing a core workout once a week by documenting it on my Instagram. And basically, if I don't do it, then I owe one of my followers 20 quid. And if you know me as a person, you'll know that I hate giving people money for no reason. I mean, I don't know anyone who likes doing that. So yeah, that's hopefully going to keep me accountable. And it's worked so far. We're 2 weeks in, we've not missed a single session. So yeah, going well. I didn't film much in the gym. I'm probably the worst person who's ever put videos on YouTube. Like, I just forget to film parts of my day. But it was really busy in there this morning, which is good. All the January people in there smashing out their workouts. No criticism or cynicism from me. You go and get it. It's nice to see people in the gym getting after it, loving it. Although I'll be interested to see how many of them are still there in February. That's not a dig, just saying. But yeah, got blood. I'm giving blood in about half an hour. So yeah, I need to get a shower and then go out and do that. It'll be interesting to see whether the morning of exercise has impacted how I'll feel after giving blood, but I'll keep you posted on that one. Tomorrow we'll be back for a marathon pace session, the first big marathon pace long run of the block. It will be a 3x5k. So yeah, looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into that. But the agenda for the rest of Saturday after giving blood, probably clean, do all that kind of fun stuff, and yeah, just try and enjoy what is looking like a pretty nice day actually outside. So yeah, happy days. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Sunday. It's pretty cold, and I'm going to do a long run today. I'm trying to be quiet because my girlfriend is still asleep, as most normal people are at this time on a Sunday. But I've just had my breakfast. Alpen, bagel, banana, sticking with the formula. And yeah, just going to let that digest before I get stuck into today's session. Let's have it. So I'm adding a few different components to fueling my long runs because I really want to use them as simulations of marathon day much more than I have been in previous training blocks. And that means basically do as much as I would on the day of the marathon, putting the same things in my body to simulate how it responds. And I'm going to be experimenting with a couple of new things. So I'm going to be having one of these bad boys before the run today. I did use these for the 10k Abbey Dash and I ran a massive PB, so they're disgusting, but I think they helped, which is annoying because, as I say, they are disgusting. So I'm going to have one of these for my run right about now, about an hour before I go. And then this is the one that is a bit of a risk, right? Throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. I'm going to smash an energy drink before. Now, I've never done caffeine before runs. I've always just assumed that I can't really handle it, which is weird because caffeine never gives me stomach problems anyway. But all the best seem to have caffeine before their runs. Like, I was watching Phil Sessman's stuff. He has about 4 double espressos or something ridiculous before his runs. People have caffeine gels, all that kind of stuff. I just feel like I'm potentially missing out. So I'm going to try it for the first time today and see whether it works. If it doesn't, then whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a training run in week 2 of the training block. If it works, then we'll stick with it. So that's what the early runs especially are all about doing. It's about experimenting, trying new fueling strategies, seeing whether they work. So yeah. Do you want to watch me take this horrible beetroot shot? Of course you do. Let's do it. Honestly, like, the colour of this is ridiculous. Like, you can't really see, to be honest, without me pouring it out. To be fair, you can see the bottom. That is the colour of it. That's not the colour of the bottle. That is the colour of what I'm about to put into my body. It is just pure beetroot. It stinks. I'm going to hold my nose. Don't judge me for being a loser, all right? Oh. It's not good. There's some serious fucking horsepower on this thing. 160 milligrams of caffeine. So I'm going to head out in about half an hour, and luckily the Valencia 10K starts in basically 5 minutes, so that'll be over in less than half an hour, knowing the speed of these guys. New European 10K record, 26:42. Andreas Almgren. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Right, that's that over. I can't procrastinate or run anymore. Let's get out and do it.
Conditions are not very nice. Sleety rain, a bit slippy in places. Oh, this will be fun. So I've arrived at Woodhouse Moor, which is my planned route, and it is just so icy everywhere, all over the path. So weighing up my options, running on the grass could be possible. I don't know how much less slippy that will be, but yeah, I'm going to give it a go for a lap. See how bad it is. If not, then I don't really know what I'm going to do. Yeah, fun times. So just tried that. It's a fucking nightmare. I've got about 100 meters just slipping around. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just go back towards the city centre. I know people are shouting here going, go on the treadmill. No, I'm going to go back towards the city centre. It was less slippy around there. So yeah, it's might have to do really short sections and just to repeat them constantly. What a nightmare, man. There is a third option, which is just run on the road, but people around here drive like absolute dicks. So sort of taking my life in my own hands with that one, but it's quite tempting. Oh god, drama. So that's rep 1 done. I managed to find a little 600 meter loop, which isn't quite perfect, but it's a few slippy spots, but it's basically fine. Anyway, first 5k in 21:10, so bang on pace, happy with that. 2 more left. It's absolutely pissing it down. It's horrible, like absolutely grim. Probably got a lot of snot going on as well. Sorry about that. So block 2 done, 21 minutes flat, so a little bit faster. Feeling pretty good, like obviously nowhere near being able to hold this for a marathon, but yeah, second week, feeling all right. Third and final block coming up, and yeah, get me home and in a nice warm shower. Jesus, what a horrible day for a run, but that's the last block done, 21:06. So yeah, was basically on pace, bit ahead of pace really for all 3 blocks. Be interested to look at my heart rate data when I get back. I'll either put it on the screen or I'll talk through it, but yeah, time to go home, man. This is absolutely horrible. Get a shower, get dry, go and have a nice coffee. I think I'm quite pleased that the fueling went right there. Put 2 new things into my body an hour before. Well, I've done the beetroot shots before, but never before a long marathon session. And then the energy drink felt fine. So yeah, pretty happy with that. We'll try it again in 2 weeks' time when I'm doing the next marathon pace long run. So have a look at the heart rate data. For the first 5k, 181 was my average. Well, 180 for the second, and then for the third it went down to 175, weirdly. That is using my heart rate monitor as well, so it's a chest strap. I think it's pretty accurate. Interesting that it went down to the third interval. I'd have expected it to go the other way, but yeah, well, maybe I was breathing better, or I don't know, I settled in better, not sure. But yeah, that's a little bit higher than I'd obviously like my heart rate to be at that pace during the marathon. But again, we are in week 2 of training,
So that is week 2 done and dusted. Got a nice piece of a lunch to refuel after that long run. Not too sure if that's optimal, but who cares? It was nice. 81k this week, which is very, very nice. We build again next week, week 3, and then week 4, we're going to do a bit of a deload week. So yeah, felt pretty good this week. And again, as I said, I think at the end of last week, the first few weeks really should feel very manageable. It's going to get really silly really quickly though, so looking forward to that. Thanks very much for watching the video. If you got this far, I think this is actually a bit of a long one, so sorry for that. You've got way too much time on your hands, but I do appreciate it. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.